Welcome to my live stream. This is Meg. We are going to talk about working smarter, choosing the good life, because choosing the good life is on purpose. It's intentional. Choosing the good life is a choice. Choosing the good life can be intentional. What is the good life? The good life is a life that works for you. A good life is a life that enhances your quality of life. So I'm just waiting for TikTok to sort itself out. And we are going to talk about working night shift. We are going to talk about the disadvantages of working nights, because I used to work nights for 3 decades, not for 30 years the whole time. What I mean is I used to work nights over 3 decades. Yes, I used to have like maybe 6 months I've been working nights. So this is an issue I want to address, and I'm going to make a bit of noise about this because a lot of people don't realize the long-term negative effects of working nights. So welcome to my live stream. Good to see you on here. As you are joining, let me know where you're watching from. I'm live streaming from London, and it is, what's the time? It is 16 minutes after 11. So welcome to my live stream. I'm just going to get myself some water, have my water ready before we go on. We are going to talk about the negative consequences of working night shift, and I am grateful that I ran away from it. I used to do it for many years, but I stopped, and I now have a plan that works for me, that is sustainable for me, and I want to support you to do the same. My thing though as a coach is to encourage you and inspire you to work how you choose, according to your gifts and talents and abilities, to have a plan in place that is supporting the lifestyle you want, that enhances your quality of life. Some of us, it's about redeeming the time. So I'm just going to get some water and I'll be back. Oh, there we go. My water was very close. Welcome to my live stream. Is your work helping you or hurting you? Is your work enhancing your quality of life, or is it harming your quality of life? Some of us, this is the year we start redeeming our time. You know, wasted years in the wrong jobs, wrong relationships. Did you know some relationships can make you sick? Did you know some relationships can make you sick? Whoever you hook up with can make you sick. Some people can make you sick. There are some people you can't allow in your life. They will make you sick. It's by the grace of God some of us are still alive today. By the mercy of God, some of us are still alive today. Some relationships can make you sick. Some people carry stuff in them that you should not be in relationship with them. There are many people who need deliverance. I'm going to go there. There are people who need deliverance. They shouldn't be in a relationship until they've gotten rid of all that they're attached to, all that they carry from their bloodline. So imagine this. You can't just marry anyone. You can't just date anyone. So we are talking about jobs today, right? We are talking about those of us who may have to work night shift and not realizing the long-term effects. I spoke about this last night on a live stream, and it's a topic I have authority to talk about because I worked night shift for many years. I worked night shift for many years, and I also understand about relationships. There are some people, when you're in relationship with them, your whole life starts to be stressful. Your whole life starts to be stressful. You're walking on eggshells. Let's tap the screen, guys. Let's power tap the screen so the algorithm can send this live stream to more people. Yes, let's power tap the screen. We are really going for it this morning. As a coach, one of my roles is to help you to get to where you want to be faster, not too long. Where you want to go faster, not too long. It doesn't have to take 10 years. It doesn't have to take 10 years. There's some things, life has changed. Life has changed for all of us. Hi, Rolls and Bolts. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I like that name, Rolls and Bolts. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let me know. Let me know in the comment. What does rolls and bolts mean? We're going to be rolls and bolts. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let me know. Let me know in the comment. What does rolls and bolts mean? We're going to be doing these classes on a regular basis. Just looking at our lifestyles. This is not for me to tell you, okay, what's happening here? It's doing the lag. This is not me telling you, oh, do this, do that. It is about supporting you to get to where you want to be faster. What is your goal, right? We are nearly halfway in the year, guys. We are nearly halfway in the year. Do you have the followers that you desire? Do you have the visibility that will help you achieve your financial goals here on TikTok? Do you have the visibility that will help you achieve your financial goals? Yes, welcome to my live stream. This is Meg. We are talking about your work. Is your work harming your health long term? Are your relationships harming your health? Some people don't understand. There are relationships that are not safe to be in because some people will literally make you sick. Some individuals can make you sick because of the energy they carry. There are people who spiritually don't be in relationship with them. It is not safe. Okay, let's see. Rolls of fabric on bolts of fabric. That fabrics come in. I think I've seen you on another live stream before. I appreciate you coming in. I know we've connected a few times. Brilliant. So you have a fabric shop, right? Do you sell fabric for curtains or for clothing? What do you sell? What's your business? Oh, there we go. Just promoting a little business here quickly. Listen, guys, please follow every person that is on this live stream. This is something I want to remember doing. I haven't been on live streams for a while. I took a break and I thought, let me start again. Please follow every person that is on the live stream. It's one of the ways to grow your own TikTok account and to make new connections. Yes, you never know. Some people can become your lifelong business customers. Some people can become your friends just because of social media. Yes, I made a friend on social media a few years ago. We met at a place, I can't remember where we met. I think we met at a church, but we didn't really connect. And then she started seeing me on TikTok. And so we started, connecting, and we're talking about TikTok, and, it's really nice. So anyhow, welcome to my live stream, guys. Let me just see, there's some comments coming in. We are talking about your work. Is your work enhancing your quality of life or harming your life? Yes, for clothing and crafts. Okay, rolls and boats. Listen, guys, follow rolls and bolts. Did I say that correctly? Look at that. Coach Meg promoting you for free. I'm generous like that. I try to anyway. Listen, let's promote each other. Visibility is important in business. Yes, visibility is important in business. So that is why I'm using the topic, is your work harming your health or is it helping you? Are your relationships empowering you, healing you, yes, or harming you? When we are in environments that are toxic. Good morning, Gabby. Good to see you on here. Welcome, everyone. Those of us who are just joining in, let me know where you're watching from. We are talking about how to be intentional, how we live our lives. We have to be intentional how we live our lives. Yes, I'm going to show you some research about working nights or not getting enough rest in general. It is alarming. I am so grateful I had the courage to walk away from nights. I am so grateful I had the courage to walk away from nights. I had built a community of friends. In fact, there is somebody I used to work with in one of the hospitals I used to work. We are still friends. We're still good friends. We connected so well when we were working together in an intensive care unit hospital in Reading, here in the United Kingdom. We are still good friends. But I also learned something. There are people who you meet in your workplace. If you don't really have something in common, you will never ever reconnect. So listen to this. How much time do we spend at work and really invest in people? And if should anything happen to you, those people will never even know anything that happened. Listen to this. I know this may even be controversial to some people. I'm not saying we shouldn't enjoy our times in our workplace. We should absolutely do that. Every season at work is an amazing gift, right? We learn a lot of things about people and we learn a lot about ourselves. We learn what we can tolerate and we learn what we can't tolerate. Good afternoon, Bold Mayor. I saw you last time. Good to see you on here. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for the gifts. Let's get the gifts going, yes? And please, guys, don't forget, follow every person that is engaging. If I shout out somebody, please make sure you follow, because people who engage, people who are active are the money makers. People who take action are the money makers. People who are proactive, people who take initiative are the money makers. Come on, guys. Some of us sometimes we are so awestruck, what did she just say? And you forget to engage. Let's engage. Yes, let's engage. I want to really grow this a little bit differently this year. I want to support you as well. And as you see what I'm doing, so you are doing the same, okay? It's not always about our businesses, guys. It's about engaging and supporting each other to grow. So listen, we are halfway in the year, yes? Okay, TikTok is asking me to do something. We are halfway in the year. Okay, just a second. TikTok is asking me to do something. Okay, if for a few seconds you can send me a direct message now. I'm just following what TikTok is asking me to do. If you take action and you need some help with your marketing, becoming more visible and to be intentional and strategic, come on guys, we gotta be sharp. We gotta be sharp. We don't know what may change with social media. We have to take advantage of every opportunity. The Bible says make the most of every opportunity. Yes. So if you have a business question for me to help you with becoming more visible, send your message now. If you miss it, that's it. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone now. It's gone. It's gone. If you take action, you see, we have to understand another thing about life. Urgency. Urgency. We have to take action. Okay, if you want to become more visible with your business, be intentional. Put aside 30 minutes. I'm just focused on being visible. Okay, I'm just focused on being visible. So I've shifted a little bit from the negative consequences of working nights. Okay, I'm coming back to that. I haven't forgotten. I'm going to circle back. The negative consequences of working nights. You will be blown away. You will think, why was I doing that? You will think, why was I doing that? Okay, so let's see. TikTok is asking me to pin that again. Okay. Listen, guys, if I say something here that is helpful to you and you're like, I need more information on that, I need a strategy, I need some help. I've been in the online space for a while I used to work nights as a nurse, while I used to work days. I worked in 3 different countries. It's crazy. It's wild. But I'm so glad for my adventure because I've always been proactive. I've always been intentional because I learned if you don't take action, nobody will do it for you. If you don't take action, nobody will do it for you. Yes? Okay. So you may be feeling like, oh, I'm not that visible. I'm not getting the numbers I want in my business. You know, I'm not getting the traffic I want. Traffic equals money. Traffic equals money. Traffic equals money. If you're not getting enough traffic on your website, because understand this, the law of large numbers, the more people you have coming on your website, coming on your TikTok account, the higher your chances of getting your ideal customers. So we're talking business here, yes? We're not playing. Okay. So now let's go back to the negative consequences of working nights. Many of you are going to be blown away, but I want you to also think about your working environment or day to day. Is life getting too stressful? What is the cause? What can you do to make some changes? Okay? And you best believe I am speaking from a place of compassion because I understand the different challenges we face in life. I've worked with families who have an elderly family member who's dealing with long-term illness. So, you know, working in healthcare, you see so many things. Yes, especially when you work in a diverse background. I've not only worked in the United Kingdom, I've also worked in 2 other countries abroad. And I've not just worked in one department. I didn't specialize in that sense, but what I remember is wherever I worked, I would stay in that department for more than a year or 2. So I picked up a lot of things. One of the things I picked up is how different types of people respond to their illness. Okay, I have a training program on that. How to respond differently so that no matter what you're dealing with, you can still maintain a quality of life. Yes, that is helpful to you. Because really, life is a gift, guys. Life is a gift. Life is a gift. Life is a blessing. God gave us this life. It's a gift. What we do with it is on us. What we do with it is on us. So let's talk about the negative consequences of working nights. Some of you have been working nights and maybe you don't sleep well. Some of you are not sleeping well. You are busy thinking of that guy, wondering why he hasn't been calling you. Is that relationship okay? Does he love me? Does he love me not? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it. Anybody here? I don't know if there's anybody here who is doing that. I don't know. I'm just saying it. If there is someone in your life, you can't tell if they are with you, they're not with you. You got your answer. You have to be clear what's happening in a relationship. You have to know we are in this together. If we're not, what are we doing? Why are you wasting my time? Or why am I wasting your time? I'm having some water early because this is going to be good. Here are some long-term effects. Let me just get my laptop because it's quite a bit and I can't remember everything off the top of my head. Our bodies are designed to be fully alert in the daytime. Okay, we are talking about our health. Our bodies are designed to be fully alert in the daytime. So when you wake up in the morning, like what I've done in my own room, I open the blinds when I remember. I'm still getting better at it. But the good thing is with summer, sometimes, the light goes through our curtains. These may seem like simple things, guys. These may seem like simple things. Simple basics. You'll be like, oh, whatever. I don't know what she's talking about. Why is she making a big deal of it? Until you are dealing with a chronic illness. I've done that for 8 years. Okay, until you're dealing with a chronic illness. So I'm trying to save your future health now. Okay, listen, make sure you book a call with me like Coach Meg. This is what I'm doing. How can I make this better? Make sure you sign up. Okay, make sure. A one-off is only 129. A one-off is only 129. I've made it affordable for anyone. Your health is priceless. Your health is priceless. And of course, I am a holistic coach. I'm not just telling you about routine. I'm also talking about everything else. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, let me also add, there's a specialist. I love to do research. There's a specialist, he's on YouTube, and he's specialized on the body clock. He's done a lot of years studying the body clock. That is his specialty. As a nurse, I have different areas of specialty, right? When I worked in healthcare, I don't work in healthcare anymore. Unless I'm coaching clients, that's how I do it, or we are working together, that's how I do it. But I don't do bedside nursing anymore or intensive care nursing. But anyhow, when you wake up in the morning, it is important that you get some natural light in. That sends a trigger to your brain that it's time to wake up, it's time to go. Like in the ancient times, it's time to get up and get to work. The food is out. Right? In the ancient times, the hunters, we all come from that background. I know we are smart now. We can use AI, we can go to Harvard. But the way God designed our body, these people didn't go to Harvard. These people didn't study science. They knew instinctively, oh, time to wake up. Let's go get some food, right? The basic human instinct to survive. Okay, I know I may be dragging this out, but I want to emphasize that this routine is important. This routine is important. Don't play. Don't let nothing disturb this routine. So when you wake up, you need the light to come into your eyes and it sends a message to your brain, time to wake up, time to get ready. Let's go to work. Yes, let's go do that presentation. Let's go sign that deal. Let's go sort out your clients. Let's check how many leads are you getting in your business. Yes, let's get those emails sent. Let's send some messages to your clients. Let's get on that webinar. Yes, let's look how many clients are looking for you. Let's see how many orders have you got in your business this morning. Let's make sure how we're getting our orders on time. People are looking. Can you see that? That's the way God designed our body. When you wake up, you got to wake up with energy. Nobody waiting for you. Nobody waiting for you. What you think, oh my goodness, how come their business is blowing up? This is what they do. They wake up. Some people wake up at 4 a.m. Ryan Serhant. Some of you know Ryan. Does anybody, a lot of us know Ryan Serhant. He's really good on YouTube and Instagram. Anybody know Ryan Serhant? He's in the US, in New York, I think. Property. He's into property. Anybody know Ryan? Let me know, guys. Anybody know Ryan? Anybody know Ryan? Because he's a good example I'm going to talk about. Yes, Ryan Serhant. I love that guy. His energy and his weirdness. Ooh. Wake up. It's like, wake up. This is how success happens for anyone that we see and we admire. And we're just like, oh, they use the natural, what God has already given us. You don't need to go to Harvard. We don't need to try and get so many coaches on board. But you know, Coach Meg will save you time, yes? I'm talking myself out of business right now, but it is what it is. When we wake up, you get the light in your eyes. And this is a professor. He is at Stanford University. He's a current practicing professor, yes. He is practicing right now. He's got a huge following because people are beginning to realize. I mean, we know this, right? But when you get the science behind it, it makes you more intentional, isn't it? So anyhow, when the light comes in, it sends a message to your brain, time to wake up, time to get going, time to do what you planned last night. Anybody here plan your next day the night before? Let me know, guys. Anybody else here? Do you plan your next day the night before? Let's engage, guys. Let's engage. And please make sure every person that is engaging, make sure you follow them, okay? Rolls and Bolts is really supporting this live stream. I appreciate it. Please follow Rolls and Bolts, okay? Let's follow every person that is engaging, every person that is active on social media. People engage are the money makers. You want people in your life who are action takers. Come on, guys. We don't want people that are passive aggressive. We don't want people that are passive aggressive. We don't want people that are secretly competing with us. We want people that are engaging, that are supporting what we're doing because we're also supporting what they're doing, right? Okay. Okay. So as you started it, good morning, Coach K. Listen, guys, follow Coach K. Another coach here. Hello, Coach. Ooh, I hope it's going good for you. Coaching is, it's full on. It can be full on, right? It can be full on. It can be full on. Coaching can be full on. You're just like, I need a break. Of course, I've learned to be wiser. I'm intentional how many slots I take, how many people I can work with every single day. So listen, guys, we are using what God has already given us. This is cheap. This is inexpensive. It doesn't cost anything to wake up early. When you wake up early, you're full of energy. You're like, yes, okay, how many customers do I need to get in touch with? Ryan Serhant talks about this. By the way, Ryan Serhant's story, he's now started a training program, which is really good of him. By the way, I asked this question. Anybody else know Ryan Serhant? He's very active on Instagram. Anybody else know Ryan Serhant? Anybody follow Ryan Serhant? Make sure he's one of the people that you are hearing and learning from. People who change their story. He doesn't have what people say white privilege. No, he doesn't. It's about choice. It doesn't matter what your background is. The world doesn't care what your background is. The world cares if you are solving people's problems. Stop using that card. It's a cop-out. People don't care. If people show you they don't like you, I like to say they have some mental health issues. And it's not your problem. Keep it going. Somebody doesn't like you? Next. Who can I work with? Who appreciates my energy? Who wants to work with me? Who realizes that I can support you? Right? That's what life is about. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Yes, guys? Okay, so we are going back to how to make sure you optimize your morning. Ryan Serhant. Serhant. He's into property. He's even got a Netflix program now. He's got a Netflix program. Ryan Serhant. I like it. The way you said Ryan, who, some people would take it like, oh, he can't be that famous if I don't know him. Anyway, it's not about fame. It's about the life and business lessons, okay? There are many things he talks about that I can relate with, having worked in the healthcare background. Anybody else know Ryan Serhant? Anybody else? Anybody else? Let me know, guys. Anybody else know Ryan Serhant? He's on Instagram and on YouTube. Anybody else? No? Comment, guys. Let me know. Let me know if you don't know who Ryan Serhant is. Let me know if you don't know who Ryan Serhant is. Okay? I'm just using these as teaching points. Let's keep power tapping the screen, guys. Let's keep getting the gifts going. Let's get some gifts going. Every little bit makes a difference. Yes? This is important for you, even just watching what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. Yes, no, you don't know him. Okay, hi, Loveline. Good morning. I didn't see you come in. You snuck into the door. I didn't see you come in, Loveline. Appreciate you. Loveline is one of my active members on here. I'm looking forward to supporting you guys, all of you in your community with what you're doing. Okay, Yes, I know you snuck in. Sometimes I can see when people come in, but it was going so fast, I didn't see people come in. Anyhow, listen, guys. I decided I will talk a little bit more about making sure that we regulate our body clock. We take charge. Our bodies are sacred. Our bodies are a temple. We cannot allow anyone and anyone to even hug you. Okay, so I'm going back to your body clock starting early in the morning. You cannot even allow anybody to hug you because people carry all sorts of energy. Okay, you cannot have a meal with just anyone and everyone. And I know it may sound like, oh, Coach Meg, that sounds a little bit suspicious. That's not what I'm talking about. I worked in healthcare many years. I understand the science and the spiritual side of things. All of life is spiritual. The spiritual first, then the natural. What happens in the natural is because it's happened in the spirit. The business ideas we have, it's because we've thought about it first. That's the spirit realm. Yes? And then we make it happen. Okay? You come up with an idea, an amazing idea. Google was an idea. Facebook was an idea. Right? TikTok was an idea. All of social media, somebody had an idea. They worked hard on it and they brought it into the natural. Okay? Also known as executive decision. Also known as an executive decision, okay, to execute what you have in your mind and to be patient enough to make it happen. I'm not diverting, just quickly throwing in here those who, I can't remember, but 3 people who started YouTube. My son sent to me a clip where they were so depressed, like they are about to be sued. They were going through so many problems. Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. They were so depressed. They were like, this is not going to work. Oh, I'm laughing because I know when you're just like, I'm going to quit. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going back to nursing. I tried it. I tried it. I was so stressed out. This is not working anymore. And I got on the program. Oh, they're not going to pay for the training. What? You told me the funding is covered, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I must have missed the memo. I love it when God is giving you a nudge, like, you're done here. You're done here. Come on, Meg, you're done. Anyhow, so let's go back. When you wake up in the morning, this is your ideal health routine. As basic as it sounds, it may cost you heart disease. Certain type of cancers are because of hormonal imbalance. Don't freak out. It's not too late, okay? Certain cancers are because of hormonal imbalance. Hi, Selim. I forgot to give you a shout out. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Bless you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. What else? It can also affect your fertility, your ability to have children. I was just like, this is not a joke. And how come I seem to have the responsibility to talk about this? Maybe because I've done it and I escaped it. Okay, so let's go back. Your body clock is important. It is important to reset your body clock. Now, we're going to look at the different side effects, the long-term complications of working nights. Hormonal imbalances can affect your appetite regulation, the production of this hormone, leptin and ghrelin. Listen, starting next week, guys, we're going to be doing a challenge to help those of us who struggle with taking action or being consistent. Your thing could be weight loss, right? You need to get your body back. You need to get your health back on track. So being on a challenge can inspire you to do that. We're starting next week. I'm still finalizing the details. Because your body clock is not well regulated, your chances of getting type 2 diabetes become higher. I know, look, this is a science, this is not me, and it's going to get good later on, okay? Don't worry. It may be like we're going through the shadow of darkness and it's like, oh, Coach Meg, this is so... But if nobody tells us, information is knowledge, we keep doing what we do. And take it from somebody who has worked in healthcare, okay? And whatever work you do, by the way, do this body clock, okay? Do this reset I'm talking about. Even if you're running your own business, make sure your body clock is perfect. Your body clock is the best that it can be, okay? Because I know as entrepreneurs, we can work late into the night till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Been there, done that. Guilty as charged. Because you're so excited, you're working on that project, right? You are just like, I need to work on it. Or you can't figure it out. So you stay alert. And it's not good for your body clock, okay? All right, so let's go back. What else? What are the other complications that you can get? When you are constantly tired because of not sleeping well, when you're constantly tired, your immunity levels go down. When you are feeling constantly tired, your immunity levels go down. Your ability for your white blood cells to fight sickness and disease, your white blood cells are your foot soldiers. God placed them in your body to fight sickness and disease. I know we have so many inventions. I know we have so many amazing hospitals. I've been there. I've worked in some of the best hospitals, I would like to say, in the world. There's a hospital I worked in South Africa. Oh, you can't fault them. The equipment, it was way better than what some of the hospitals I worked in here in the UK in the NHS. Different budgets, of course. This was a private group of hospitals. I know we have all this. But take it from Coach Meg. It is cheaper to take care of your health now than to recover from a long-term disease. Sometimes you don't even recover. You have to now navigate that illness. And if anybody is dealing with a long-term illness and you are just like, I need the right support, Coach Meg, or you know somebody who is, reach out, send me a message, okay? We can work on a care plan that will support them, okay? We can work on a care package that will support them, or science-based, or based on the standards. You know, the NHS website is available. We can, don't just rely on what I say. There's a lot of information that we can all find online that is freely available. And I'm particularly interested because of my coaching, okay? All right. Another thing is metabolic disorders, and I mentioned diabetes, type 2 diabetes. You best believe dealing with type 2 diabetes is not easy. Oh yes, thank you. Irregular menstruation. I talked about that. That it can also affect your ability to have children. It's almost like, oh my goodness, this sounds like it's sensational. No, let me even calm down. When our body clock is out of sync, have you ever heard somebody say, listen to this. Have you ever heard somebody say, oh, working so hard now they have to, pay for their medication with all the money that you worked hard for? Now you're spending it on medication, going back and forth. And I have compassion for people who didn't know, because sometimes people are working really hard. They're trying to escape poverty and they don't realize it will affect their health. Being stressed all the time. Stressed out because of the board members, the team that you're working with, the associates that you're working with. Or you start wondering, oh, some people are, they're not really supporting the vision. For example, let me give one example. I was reading a story about Starbucks, the logo, because that is a logo I've never really looked into, but I thought, that's rather interesting. Those of us who are spiritual people understand the marine kingdom. But anyway, according to the article that I read, I will have to probably verify a bit more. But like most companies, we know it sounds like it could be, where a company starts with a certain group of people and then somebody else decides to take over and buy out the company. Okay? Howard Schultz, apparently, don't sue me. This is just what I read. Anybody try, I'll just show you the information. I'm not making any claims. I'm trying to make a point about when you're working with different types of people. And I'm using that example. He had an idea how to improve the how to improve the coffee business, okay? But the people he was working with at the time didn't agree with him. Later on, when he was on a trip in Italy, he found somebody else who was a chain of coffee shops or something, another coffee business. They were doing what they were doing was far better, and he liked that. So he decided he's going to come back and make an offer to Starbucks and buy out the company, because by then he was also making good money. That's how he bought Starbucks. And that's how, because he implemented an idea. This is really good information, actually. He saw an idea somewhere else that was working, and he decided to bring that idea to a company that was struggling at the time. Okay? Why am I saying this? We have to be open to other ideas and not just to be stressed out. We're going to stay on track, okay? Not to just be stressed out. We have to get to a point, that's why coaching helps, to get to a point where you're secure enough that different people bring different ideas. This discussion is ongoing on LinkedIn. Different people bring different ideas to our businesses. Sometimes when you start the company, it doesn't mean you're going to be the only one to execute every idea. That is how I think we limit our companies, because I know I can understand. We see horror stories. And I used to actually have that mindset, to be honest. I used to have that mindset. We hear horror stories, but other people bring different ideas. So maybe instead of being stressed out, it's to check, is this a viable business? Let me know. So, that's something we can talk about in the coaching. It's a sensitive topic as well, I think. But anyhow, I'm talking about stress, managing stress and navigating our challenges, okay? All right, so what are the other long-term effects when your body clock is out of sync? When your body clock is out of sync. I think I've already mentioned obesity, being overweight. Have you noticed there are people who work nights and they look overweight? This is not body shaming. I don't do body shaming. If you do body shaming, you own it, but I don't. I am using this from a health perspective. Yes? When your body is not healthy, you increase your chances of developing long-term preventable diseases. Keyword preventable diseases, guys. Keyword preventable diseases, yes? Take it from Coach Meg, 3 decades in healthcare. Okay. Another one is metabolic syndrome. I put the list here, that's why I'm going back and forth, because it's a huge list. I'll probably won't even finish it on this live stream, because I'm also going to go on another platform where we're going to discuss a little bit more in depth, because I know this message needs to go to more people. Nobody's going to fight for you to get your body clock back into rhythm than somebody who's done it and understands if you don't sort it out now, it may be too late. A good friend here told me this morning how it took her 3 years to recover from working nights. It took her 3 years to recover. I haven't even tracked how long it took me to recover from nights. I haven't even tracked, but I'm sure it took me the same amount of time. Because even when I did I did some research, what should be the best working pattern for people who work nights? It's like the jury's out on that one, because it's a business. The jury's out on this one because it's a business. Anyhow, I am not slamming other people's businesses. We are independent individuals, so we make our own choices. Welcome to the live stream. Those of you who are joining, make sure you're following every person that is on here. Connect. If you see something that you have in common and they're engaging, let's connect. Listen, guys, please comment. If there's something that I say that speaks to you or you want me to expand on, just comment. Yes, guys? Yes, guys. Okay. Metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure. I've had a client who was dealing with high blood pressure. So there were times we had to just focus on her health, not even the business. Yes, how to regulate your body, how to avoid stressful situations. How to have a low salt diet. It's a whole thing, okay? Doing your own research really matters, guys. If you know anyone in your family, let me just interject here. If you know anyone in your family, or it could be you, that is dealing with the medical conditions, you don't even have to wait to work with a coach. You don't have to wait to go to your GP. Here in the UK, we really need to start taking charge of our health. Do some research, and if you want some links and resources, platforms that I believe will give you helpful information to help you regulate your health, no problem, I can do that. The best way, number one, is God's way, the natural way, using nature, the natural methods, okay? There was a time when natural methods were not allowed, because you are going to affect the businesses. You're going to affect pharmacia. Pharmacy is big business. Don't come at me. I'm just telling the people what they need to know. I'm sure you've made enough money. You don't need every little bit. Don't be greedy. There are some medications that are really good. That is not what I'm saying. There are some medications that are really good. I've worked in healthcare. Some medication, they treat you, then you get some side effects. I'm not harming any business. The leaflet is there, the information is there. When you take certain medication, because the wording is so tiny, most people don't read the side effects. Now, the good thing is how to navigate the side effects. Yes, that's important. Drinking lots of water. That's why your kidneys should be really, make sure your kidneys are healthy. Make sure your liver is healthy, right? This is a huge topic. Okay, so metabolic syndrome. You can develop high blood pressure. If your body is unregulated, your body is out of sync, you're not sleeping well, you're not managing stress well, your body can develop metabolic syndrome. And one of those is high blood pressure, high blood sugar, unhealthy cholesterol levels. I'm just going on my list. And abdominal fat. Aish. A higher chance of getting heart disease. This is not even funny. You know, when I started doing my research, being a coach, because I'm a holistic coach, when you find me on LinkedIn, you'll see I've written there, I am a holistic coach. I don't just care that you make a lot of money. I care that you are healthy while you're making good money. Okay? I don't just care that you're making good money. You buy the house, you buy the Ferrari, whatever. You build a school, you build wells. But I care that you're also healthy while doing good work. Hi, Mount 5. Good to see you on here. Appreciate you. I care that you're doing well as well. So you will see my title. It's Holistic Coach. Yes, the people who've studied what holistic medicine is, have lived in the environment of people that are not well and getting better, and the challenges and the difficulties and some of the I've worked with people who don't care about their health. All they care about is, has the doctor prescribed the right medication? I have had a patient say to me, the daughter rather, I'm not going to tell the doctor that I've been smoking the last 10 years. Okay. Because now they're just going to focus on my smoking and they won't give me the right medication. Okay, so how do we need all the information so that we can look at what could be the probable reason, right? So we can find out. I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing anything. I'm talking about the mindset. Okay. Oh, this is heavy, guys. This is heavy. Don't worry, it's going to get better, yes? How do we navigate our lifestyle to get our body clock back in rhythm? Okay, this is the science. Studies also suggest an increased risk of heart disease. I talked about it earlier. High blood pressure and stroke can lead to heart disease. Okay? These are all, this is the kicker, guys. These are all preventable diseases. I've actually started writing a book and I'm going to put up an ebook. Those of you who want a copy, let me know. Just put the information together so that you are well informed. Because when you're well informed, you are well armed, right? And knowledge is power, okay? Chronic stress with high blood pressure and all these things that we're talking about, they are associated with working shifts. That's the science, that's the studies. Anybody can search this out. I'm not making stuff up. I don't have to, I don't need to. I don't have to prove anything. I have nothing to prove. Night shifts can also disrupt your digestion, so you can start developing irritable bowel syndrome. You can have constipation issues. Now, listen to this, guys. All you want is to support yourself, right? You know, you want to work nights, you want to be able to put food on the table, you want to be able to buy a house, you want to be able to buy a car, you want to buy nice clothes, but you're working nights. So, while you're trying to accomplish this, but the vehicle that you've chosen to help you accomplish this has its side effects, has a negative aspect to it that is so deep, that is so big, we cannot minimize this. We cannot play it down. We cannot bury our heads in the sand and hope I don't catch this. What I love about life is when you become aware, oh, this could affect me long term. What can I do to make things better for myself? Some of us leave this life before our time because our health was out of sync. And I know that that's heavy, right? That's a huge responsibility on our shoulders. Some people may never get to see their grandchildren because they were not taking care of their health. That's not a joke. That is not funny. This is heavy stuff. I have family members. They're no longer here. Because either, you see, what I love about being a coach is, being a holistic coach is, I try to look at life from all angles. Yes? Sometimes it's not even night shift. Sometimes it's because you're living a stressful life. When you're with a partner who you can't trust them, you are on high alert. Right? You know, trauma. Where you don't trust anyone. Any new relationship, you are thinking they're going to be like somebody else. That is stress. That, Unresolved trauma as well can lead to long-term illness. And I'm not a trauma specialist, but I can give you some guidance. Start slowing down and start taking care of you. That is one of the cheapest, best ways to recover from trauma. I've experienced trauma. I've experienced where I was having a panic attack. I won't even go into the reasons of the story. While I'm looking after my patients, our human body is so well designed. God is so good, so well designed that we can be so resilient. But we shouldn't take advantage of our ability to be resilient. Yes? While I was having a panic attack, I had a break. I need to check out. Okay? I decided to have a little break and just calm myself down. Calm myself down. Okay? And I was still able to get back. I'm one of those people, I've been wired that way, but I don't take advantage of my strengths. You will not even know I'm going through some kind of hell. I'm that kind of person. It's also a leadership thing anyway. It's also a leadership style, yes. That you can be going through hell. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about here. We are talking about health, okay? Don't get diverted from the topic. Leadership is to be going through hell, but you got yourself together. You can still think clearly, okay? You can still navigate. And I remember those were the times I knew I need to remove some things out of my life. You may not know, because of trauma, one of the ways of observing that somebody is dealing with unresolved trauma is, it may not be you. This is just an example, okay? I speak generally on here, guys. I'm not directing anything to anyone. Please use wisdom to check what is for me, what she's talking about, okay? It may not be for you. Because I started this morning talking about your body clock. It is so basic, it's day to day, but it can have long-term health effects if not managed correctly, okay? When you take your body for granted, it can affect your health long term. This is Coach Meg. I've worked in healthcare for 3 decades, okay? In 3 different countries. So I've worked with people of a diverse group of cultures, okay? And your health really matters. I've also worked in nights, so I have authority on this topic. I've worked nights where I didn't know whether I'm coming or going. You know, doing the school run, like half asleep. No social life. Here's another side effect. You don't have a social life. So your support system is fragmented. When you work nights, when you are not managing your body clock correctly, you will struggle with your support system. And I know here in the West, we are so, not all of us, some of us are so self-assured. We know how to solve our problems. We can go to the GP. We can sort this out. There's everything we need, right? There's a lot of free information. But some of us, even with all the free information, you can get paralyzed to act. You can get paralyzed to act, okay? So it is a trauma response when you are on a low income wage. I hope this is helping somebody. Listen, guys, let's power tap the screen, yes? So that TikTok, the algorithm can send this to more people. Let's support each other. Yes, let's look out for one another. This is really helpful information. I'm going to save the content and it's going to be on other platforms as well because this message is so important. You may know somebody who's been working nights, somebody who may not work nights but doesn't have a smart body clock. Yes? Somebody may not have a smart body clock. Some of you, you don't work nights, but you keep yourself awake at night trying to solve problems that you don't know how to fix. Yes, it's a business opportunity for people who stay awake at night. Did you know that? It's a business opportunity for people who stay awake at night trying to fix problems they don't know how to solve. There is a smarter way. Okay, in my coaching, I talk about it, how to change your nighttime routine. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else I can add to that? It's a little bit depressing, right? Let's get out of the valley. Let's go. Let's get out of the valley now. Let's go. There's always solutions. I don't want to be like mainstream media, giving you all the problems, shocking you. Like, oh, this happened in this country. Oh, this happened over there. We know. Give us some good news, for goodness sake. Tell us something good happening around the world. You leave people in shock like, oh my goodness, the economy is tanking. Oh my goodness, I won't be able to survive. Oh my goodness, I have to leave this country. What is critical thinking is make an informed decision. There are people who have to leave the country because of their circumstances, poor planning for a number or multitude of reasons. And it's true, yes. It could be because this is time to leave. It's not safe, okay? But critical thinking is where we make our own informed decision. I hope this is helping, guys. Is this helpful? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Is this helpful? Class is in session. Is this helpful? Let me know you're engaging. Let me know. Is this helpful, guys? Is this helpful so far? Your body clock is important so that even if you're running a business or you're planning to start a business, you are in a place of integrity. You are calm. You love yourself. You are so confident in your skill set that you're not panicking. You're not chasing customers and clients. You are so confident. You know that the right people will find you. You know you just need to be visible because it's about being visible enough. I'm going to use this term loosely, the law of attraction, because it means so many things for people, and I don't like to use that term, but many of us understand it. How to attract blessings to you. Don't chase blessings. Become the person that is worthy of the blessings you seek, my friend. Yes? Become the kind of person that the right customers will find you because you treat people right. Because you do the right thing even when nobody's watching. Because you don't do things to impress people. You don't need to be impressed. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Can I add some more bad news before we go to the good? Another one is mental health issues. When you work nights for too long, mental health issues. There's a higher chance of developing mental health issues. This life, we gotta move smart, guys. We gotta move smarter. Mental health issues. You are trying to pay bills. You're trying to support yourself. Now you end up with mental health issues. The good thing is when you realize this could be playing a part, you can get out. And even if you have to do low-income jobs for a while, it's okay. As long as you don't stay there. That's my warning to you. Don't stay there. Get out. Don't stay there. It's transitional. Don't stay there. It was a survival plan. Low-income wage is a survival plan. Don't stay there. Low-income wage is a survival plan. Don't stay there. Being on benefits is a survival plan. Don't stay there. Get out. Okay? Don't get comfortable. Be careful of getting comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. You don't know what laws will change. Being independent and relying on yourself, on your smarts, is the best way. Okay? And all you need is the right people, the right support, people with the same mindset, people are going in the same direction. Okay? So in my coaching, by the way, those of you who are engaging, please follow Mount 5. Thank you so much for the gifts. Let's keep going, guys. Let's tap the screen. It's very important that you're tapping the screen because I want more people to get this message. Yes, let's not be greedy and selfish. Let's support somebody. Somebody else needs some information. Yes? Somebody else needs life-changing information from somebody who... If somebody gives you 30 years of experience in healthcare, is that a joke? That's not a joke. 30 years is not a joke. I don't play. I don't play. I will make sure when my time comes that I have done everything God sent me into the earth to do. That I have lived out my dreams. I have been a blessing to the human race. I have fulfilled my assignment. Yes? I have an idea that I want to write a book. From disappointment to dream destination. How do you like that? From disappointment to dream destination. How to navigate our disappointments. Bounce back so good that you're just like, why was I dealing with that for too long? Okay? Low income is a survival plan. It's a strategy. Okay? A difficult relationship is a strategy. You don't have to stay there. Okay? It's moving on. But listen to this. I shared this on another live stream. It has been scientifically proven that you can be addicted to negative emotions. And negative emotions are more toxic than cocaine. That is not a joke. Negative emotions are more potent than drugs like cocaine. That is so, whatever happened, let's go through the grieving process. Don't shortcut. Grief has 6 stages, 5 or 6 stages, okay? Go through the grieving process. That means facing your lions, facing your tigers, okay? Where it's no longer about who harmed you. What are we going to do now, okay? It will be a journey, but it's with the right support. Anybody can come through what they need to come through, okay? And I'll say that very carefully, with the right support, the best support, because some support is not the right support. Let me just say, with God's help and praying and wisdom and insight and people who love you unconditionally, who want the best for you, we can navigate the traumas of life, okay? We can navigate the traumas of life. I don't take this seriously. I know a young lady who's no longer with us tried to survive a narcissistic relationship. She was about to do a huge movie. I feel it's not a nice thing to share. She was going to do a movie about her journey and her story. She's no longer with us. This is somebody I met a few times. We shared some ideas a few times. You know, she opened a bank account, wanted to set up the business. What I talk about is not because of just my healthcare. This is like really close and personal, right? But some of the trauma, I still remember how she shared with me that the rehab center that she went to, you know, women dealing with addiction and substance abuse and escaping abusive marriages, they would leave that center that she went to. Most of them didn't make it. She said, Meg, it doesn't work. People couldn't survive it. They were leaving. Not all help is even helpful, guys. So there's a need in that space. How do we help people recover from trauma, addiction? There's a need for that. And what I also love about the mercy of God is sometimes somebody's just tired and they give up, and it's like they're tired, they want to go, right? It's very sad to say these things. We know a character I really used to like in Friends, Matthew Perry. For me, that's an amazing legacy. I used to laugh so hard. I used to cry. You know, that's how I choose to remember that guy, Matthew Perry. I never got to know him. But you know, everybody does their role in life, right? I used to like the series Friends because I remember at the time, because of doing night shift, I didn't really have a support system. I didn't really have a social life. The few friends I had were the people I would see on Sunday at church. Who agrees that's a limited life? If all your friends are the only people you meet at church on Sunday, is that really a life? That's not a life. But Chandler Bing in Friends, I used to cry. His lines, they were so funny. Does that matter? Why are you asking? Why are you asking, Flanny? We were not designed like that. We are sociable beings. We are sociable beings. What normally happens with that lifestyle? The only friend becomes the person you're dating sometimes, many times if anything. I remember even thinking about it that the other day. If we could do a bit more research, right? Welcome, guys. Those of you just joining, I appreciate you guys. Let's power tap the screen, guys. Yes, so TikTok can bring more people to come. This is life-changing information, guys, because it's just about knowing how to navigate the challenges of life. Yes, how to navigate and to make decisions that are helpful for you. Because when we're not making decisions that heal us, we're making decisions that harm us. Hi, warmest words. Appreciate you. Good to see you on here. So, when I was working nights, Friends was one of my entertainment. It was like having a virtual team of friends. Yes? So when people say, oh, you're watching too much TV, you know, you want to have a successful business, for some people, that's the only social thing they have. And I used to binge watch Netflix, especially sometimes if I'm doing nights. Right? Hi, Floney. Good to see you on here. I appreciate you. Listen, guys, let's power tap the screen. Let's engage. Yes, let's engage. Let's power tap the screen. Let's power tap the screen so that more people can join, more people can find this helpful information. Information can change your life. The right information can change your life. That's why I love the Word of God. The Word of God changes our thinking. The Word of God heals diseases in our bodies you don't even know. The Word of God helps you to overcome trauma. Okay? So I used to work the night shifts and I would watch Friends. So Chandler Bing was one of my favorite actors. I also used to like Monica. Monica had OCD, a bit of OCD. She was obsessed with cleanliness. She was obsessed. But I liked that. And at the time, I didn't even know why I liked it. It was later on I used to think, why do I like that series so much? It's because I couldn't have a life like that, because my life was around night shift. So listen to this. Night shift takes away your support system. Night shift, working nights, takes away your support system. You won't really have real friends. You'll have superficial friends who never really get to know you. You have friends who never really get to know you. You have friends who they may not even understand you. You will be easily misunderstood. Because the priority for you is to work nights. And by all means, if it's something you have to do for a while, absolutely do it. You have to do it for a short time. If I were to run a chain of hospitals, I would change how people work nights based on the science. If they asked me, Coach Meg, give some recommendations so that we are responsible for the well-being of our employees, I would do things differently. If I was to buy a group of hospitals, I would change how people work. The minimum, according to the research and the science, is 2 days. Then you need to recover for the next 3 days. Don't do anything. Don't go out. Just be at home reading and getting your body clock back into sync. So it's getting better. Yes, we're getting out of the pit now, right? Let's get out of the pit, guys. Let's get out of the valley. Who agrees? Let's get out, Coach Meg. Enough bad news. I haven't even given you the whole list. Who agrees? Shall we get out? Let's engage. Let's comment. Let me know. Come on, guys. People who engage are the best people on social media. People who engage help you to grow your own community, okay? And when you engage what you do for others, the law of reciprocity, it will also happen for you. If you support others, I'm not making this up. It's one of the laws of life. What you do for others, God will make happen for you. Yes? Right? I'm not manipulating anyone. It's just how it works. Okay? So let's engage. Let's power tap. Okay. I said at the beginning how to get your body clock back into rhythm. Okay? Yes, warmest words. Wise people understand. What you do for others, God will happen for you. That's why don't just help rich people. Also help poor people. Okay? Don't judge poor people in the West. If you see somebody struggling in the West, can I say this very passionately? If you see somebody struggling in the West and you can help them, do not say, oh, why are you struggling? Just help somebody. Okay? One of the ways I help is giving helpful advice and content here. Okay? If people take action wherever you are, I kid you not, if you take action with what I talk about, it doesn't matter where life finds you. Something is going to change. Something is going to change because there's something about what we feed our minds. Our heart starts to work out the solutions, yes? When you hear certain information, your heart starts to work it out. Wise people, they take the information and they don't take it for granted. They're like, oh, she's right, wherever you are. Unless, because some of us, sometimes we want to stay with the addiction. Can I say this with a lot of love and compassion? Do not stay with the addiction of feeling sorry for yourself. That is not safe. Okay? Do not stay in a place where you keep feeling sorry for yourself because of what happened. Okay? You will waste a lot of years when you feel sorry for yourself. What you need to discover is you got it. You got it going on. It's just about finding it again. Okay? I've shared this in one of the earliest live streams I used to do. That one of the things about life, the negativity, we all know the kingdom of darkness is real. Accept it or not, it's real. The devil hates the human race. And when you now start to even read the Bible, okay, you just took it up to a whole new level. But the enemy hates the human race in general. Everybody needs to understand this. It's not just church people, everybody. If the enemy can make sure you go before your time, we see this in mainstream media, okay? I need you to understand this spiritual side of life, okay? So if the enemy can keep you stressed out and feeling bad and like there's no solution, false identity, which is one of the tricks of the enemy, give you a false identity. That's success. So how do you make sure? How do you make sure something that doesn't like you doesn't have the last say? Because the God who designed you and created you put some ideas within you. I shared in that early live stream, thank you Holy Spirit, I'm just remembering now. All the different events we go through, they are meant to help us discover the best version of ourselves, okay? If you go through divorce, maybe not once, not twice, not 3 times, I know 3 times is like, okay. Oh, I can imagine Woma's words. All the different life events we go through. The enemy wants you to adopt a certain identity about yourself. Maybe when you go and read on Harvard website, the Harvard University, which a lot of us admire and respect, or Stanford or Oxford or Cambridge, they won't tell you like that. But how we think, as a man thinks about himself is who he becomes. As we continually think about ourselves is who we become. So that's why you may have heard the term reframing. This is so good. This is so good. Reframing is important. Everything we go through, it has an expiry date. Okay. You are still who God designed you to be. Wow. I hope you got a good lawyer, Woma's words. They won't like me saying that, but it's good to have a good lawyer. This is what I mean. There we go. Just confirming what I'm talking about. There is a level of stress that can get you to a point where you are no longer able to even function. Because the body can't, we were not designed to handle stress for too long. God designed us to live in Eden. But some people in our lives, organizations, different things, some injustices. God is just. I best believe it. God is just. What God wants us to do is to start taking care of ourselves. Put all the right things in place. If it means finding a good lawyer so that something will not, what has happened to you doesn't happen to anybody else, by all means do it. Yes, we were not designed to be like that. Okay. That's very good, Woma's words. Yeah. And the body keeps score. Has anybody heard of the term, the body keeps score? The body keeps score. That is why, I want to expand. I want to read a little bit more on that with the science. As you know, Coach Meg loves the science behind it. I'm a woman of faith, but I also love the science because I want to understand. Somebody has studied, has discovered what God has already revealed. Okay? And I don't just take anything, I have to check it out. Yeah. God is good. God is just. God knows how to, one of the things Jesus said, forgive them when he was dying, for they don't know what they're doing. That is why you should question. No, it's fine. That's why you should question anybody who wants to control what you believe. You should question that. I don't impose anything on anyone, but I highly recommend reading the Bible for yourself and then making an informed decision, okay? Read the Bible for yourself and then make an informed decision, okay? Start with the book of Mark and just check, who is this Jesus? Why did he do so many miracles? He is so kind. He is so compassionate. I remember the other day, even when I was reading the book of Mark, because by the way, some of you may be interested in this. Starting next week on Sunday, we're going to be doing a Bible challenge. Some of us may not have been discipled in the ways of God to know God for yourself and to make informed decisions so that you're not swayed to and fro, so that you're not just following other people blindly, how to know the word of God for yourself and to be rooted in Christ, to be rooted in the truth. So we're going to be doing a Bible challenge, yes, starting next week, Sunday. So this whole week I'll be talking about it. It's going to be amazing. But we're going to go through the whole Bible. This should be fun. So let me go back to what we were discussing. When your body's under too much stress, it's not healthy for you. So the solution, which is actually scientific, There are people talking about the Forgiveness Project. That's a Bible term. Forgiveness Project. Forgiveness is a Bible term. Mel Robbins talks about let them theory. That's a Bible term. Let people do what they want to do. Let people decide what they want to do, you know. Let's let people show us who they really are. This is a very powerful tool. Let people show you who they really are. Okay? Let people show you who they really are and then make a decision. Like, okay, this is not going to work for me. So let's go back on managing stress and the addiction to affliction. Ooh. This is why I do my live streams. I have a break every now and again because every live stream I do is loaded. Let me go back a little bit actually. There was a time when Jesus performed a miracle, made sure that people had food to eat. This is what warms my heart about Jesus. He said, let's find some food for these people to eat, testing his disciples. This is what he said. They have been with me. That just warms my heart. I love somebody who loves people. I know God loves me, but I love it that he loves other people. It's not just for me. Because for me, that's very strong. He said in the book of Mark, these people have been with me for 3 days. Let's find them some food to eat. Otherwise, they will faint on the way back. Wow. Come on, guys. Ooh. For me, that is loaded. I don't know these religious people who say, oh, you know, doing business and this right. So I must just make money for me. What about if maybe I can help the poor? Maybe I can help the food banks. Maybe I can donate food. Did you know, by the way, I need to mention this, that shops donate food in the evenings? Food that they're not using. If anybody wants some link, an idea, or you know a charity you can support, there's some idea I discovered on my journey of research. Supermarkets donate food in the evening that can even last another 3 days. Okay, if you know anybody in the West who is struggling with food, or there's a food bank near where you live, send me a message, okay? They give away food for free. Okay, they give away food for free. There is so much struggling. So when I saw Jesus say that, I was like, God doesn't just care that we feed on the word of God. God cares that we are well taken care of. That is why God heals us. That is why even when you mess up, if you've gone through divorce, you're a Christian, I pray that you will receive the grace to move on from what happened and not to stay stuck. Like, oh, my wife left me, she's ruined my reputation. It's not your reputation. It's the reputation of Christ. A believer doesn't have their own righteousness. It's the righteousness of God. Okay? Okay. Brilliant. Send me your email and I'll send you some links because there's a way you can start. I was even thinking about how do I do it here, you know, because I'm not driving at the moment. I gave up my car about 3 years ago. I don't need it. I don't use it. It's really good if somebody has a car and a van. You can collect free food from the supermarkets in the evenings. Okay? And sometimes from 2 o'clock, sometimes around 8 o'clock, sometimes around 10. And what they do is they have volunteers, and what these volunteers do is they redistribute that food. So you can take images of all the food, and then people who need some food, because it's dignity, right? There's a nice way to do it. So people can come, instead of maybe lining up at the food bank, some people may feel it's too shameful, you know. So they can come and collect the food at your house. In a nice, it's very dignified. So they can come and collect your food at your house or whoever the volunteer is. So there's a lot of free food in the UK. There's a lot of free food. People don't have to struggle. Okay? It's, life can be tough. Life can be tough. Life can be tough, especially when you're in transition. You know, the enemy will want to give you the idea, you'll never get out of this. Look at you, your family, everybody's poor in your family. Oh, look, you messed up last time. Your last 3 businesses didn't work. Those are the projections of the enemy. They come from the kingdom of darkness. The enemy projects thoughts into you and you think it's your thoughts. It's not your thoughts. In our right minds, we don't think like that. I went on a journey where I had to understand the spiritual side of spiritual warfare. So everything I talk about is not a joke. The spiritual side. I remember one time. Okay, I'll send you a link. Send me your email, yes, to my... Okay, yeah, the supermarkets. Yes, you can get, as long as you have a UK address, you can get a link, because I have to now go and find the website while I'm doing the live stream. Send me your email address. Yes, I'll send you an email address. And then it's not just for you. Make sure that you can also share in the community. Let people know, okay? Some of you may even want to take this up, where if anybody's struggling, you're going through transition, because life is transitional, okay? So the supermarkets, the big supermarkets there's some charities that found out that there's a lot of food that goes to waste here in the West, okay? So what these supermarkets do is they work with these charities, okay? They work with these charities, and no, it's no problem. I'm just sharing helpful advice. So what these supermarkets do, instead of throwing away the food and giving it to waste, some of the food they just give maybe to animals, right? To the farms, but it's really good food. I've actually had some of that, right? So you go, there's a link that you sign up. You know, they just make sure you understand how to preserve food, because you must make sure the food is healthy, okay? I've gone through some challenges. Anyhow, and then when you sign up, they'll let you know, oh, you can collect food from this supermarket. Boots gives free food. Sainsbury, Tesco, Waitrose, these are all really healthy, good food, okay? The important thing, like I said, is transitional, okay? It's transitional, okay? When things are really tight and you can't afford, because you're spending on marketing, you're spending on all the other bills. Sometimes it can be a short-term plan, okay? There's a link. I have to find it, okay? Okay, write my email address for the link. Let's see, how do we do this? I'm glad this is helpful to somebody. How do we do this? I'm trying to see. Okay. Because I don't know. I think TikTok might not like that. So TikTok has its own rules. Listen, guys, go to my DM. Make sure you follow me. Go to my DM and then let me know, Coach Meg, I want that link, okay? Because some of you in your community, there may be a food bank and people are struggling. You can start, that could be your own charity work that you can do, okay? You can start helping people in the community. You get all the food, and some of the sandwiches are really nice. You can even use some of the food. You don't always have to cook. Some of us, like in business, you are so busy, you haven't got time to spend on all the nice things. You may even enjoy some of the sandwiches. Okay, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. So listen, guys, make sure you follow me so that you can DM me, because I think if you don't follow me, you can't DM me. When you DM me, then, because TikTok has its own rules to keep people on the platform. I think I remember that. I could be wrong, but I remember that last time I was here. And then just send me a message, Coach Meg, I'm interested in the free food, okay, with the supermarkets, okay? Yeah, no problem. It's very, very good. It's really good. Really nice sandwiches, breads, all sorts. Okay, so what else were we talking about? That God really cares about our well-being. So taking care of our bodies is important. When your body is good, yes, absolutely. Please share this message, okay? Please share. Please share. I think I'll put it on YouTube as well. Yeah. You know, people are losing jobs, businesses are shutting down, you know, people are being fired. So it's transitional. There's no shame in that. That's why I think I love what I do because I help people to overcome the shame. When you're just going through transition, some people don't realize it's temporary. It's not going to be permanent. You're just going through. And as you're going through, because there's this attitude here in the West that your life should always be perfect. Wait, what? So there's no room for redemption? There's no room for changing your mind? There are people stuck in relationships where it's because you can't afford to support yourself. Okay? We're going to talk about that. Okay? Through the coaching, we can talk about that. Don't stay in an abusive relationship. Have a plan. If somebody's not willing to get help and counseling, have a plan. Okay? We can talk about the plan. Okay? We can talk about the plan so that you can support yourself. Because when you are standing strong by yourself, there are things that you will not tolerate. There are things you will not tolerate. There are things you will not tolerate or accept in a relationship. Our relationships must be enhancing us, helping us. We are going in the same direction. Okay? Our businesses, the work we do. Some of us, right, in transition where funds are really tight, no problem. All you need to do is just have a plan in place. Okay? The cost of living is high in the West. It's not a joke. I saw a video, a title, somebody has been sending money in Africa. And all the money he was sending was wasted. And the guy has no money totally. And of course, a part of me being a businesswoman, I was thinking there wasn't a plan in place that you need to have. Giving people blindly is not smart. It's not clever. And some of us end up in financial ruin because we just give anyhow. We give people who don't value the hard work. Don't be afraid to let people know it's really expensive. I used to tell my family, it's very expensive to live in the West. Building a full-time business while working full-time? We need to have a plan in place. You need to have a plan in place, okay? Like that example, don't just give money to people. Invest some of the money, even if it's £1 or £2. Invest some of that money. Don't just give it away. And let's be careful. There's no need to impress people. That's, oh, I live in the West so they can see I'm doing better than them. That's not wise. That's not smart. That's not smart. Listen, guys, I'm going to start wrapping up. I can feel my energy levels. I love doing these talks, these ideas, so many of us can understand there is always a better way. I work as a holistic coach. Those of you who've never met me before, I've worked in 3 different countries as a registered nurse, and I am grateful to God for that privilege. I've always been somebody who loves being proactive, taking initiative. So this is my way of giving back as a coach. Yes, I've worked in 3 different countries, and I understand economies can be tough. The governments make the decisions they make, and I have compassion for people who feel like they are just depending on the government. It's a transition. You're not supposed to depend on the government all your life. That's a trap. Okay, that's a trap. So we have to work on our mindsets. That's part of the coaching I do. We have to work on our mindsets, and there's no shame. I wasn't always this confident. I wasn't always this, Okay, I correct myself. I've always been a bubbly. I love life and climbing trees, all sorts. I love adventure. By the way, those of you who are business people, I'm thinking of doing a digital detox luxury retreat. I'm finalizing the details in Greece, okay? We're going to do a digital detox retreat for business owners. Those of you who are serious business owners and you're just looking for a way to wind down and just get refreshed. And I'm going to bring some experts on board, It could be trauma experts. I'm still finalizing things, praying about how I should put all this together. So just to put the ideas out there, just, putting some seed out there. Those of you who know you can get to a place where you're making 10,000 minimum a month, or you want to start making 6 figures every month, it's a luxury retreat, a business retreat for business owners. And we are going to spend some quality time together. We'll have different speakers. We're going to reset our body clocks. My idea is to do this retreat 4 times a year. Okay, so there'll be a membership to that. So it's really good. It's a high level. Many of us can afford to do that. And there'll be a doctor on site, there'll be nurses on site, different things. And yeah, just as a way to make sure we are reminding ourselves that it's good to work hard, but we must also be ready to slow down. I'm still finalizing the details. Probably around September, October, November. September, October, November are the months I'm trying to work out, because I want to finalize which is the best location and, a lot of details. Finalizing with speakers that I can bring on board who are specialists in a certain field, because the assignment is really big. I can't do this by myself. So start thinking about it. Some of you, this could be the thing. So we can start now. Those of you who want to come on that retreat, we have to start working together now, because the retreat, I don't even like the word retreat, but anyway, that's a word we can all relate to. It's going to be like a reset program, but it will be really intense. Intense as in there'll be hours that we are not allowed to go on any of our digital devices, okay? We are going to do a digital detox, okay? Yes, sure. But you can sign up to know more details now. Get into my inbox and let me know. If you're interested in the long-term retreat, let me know, okay? Because you may even know somebody else who works really hard. It could be a gift for them. Yes, you know somebody in the community who works really hard and wants to be a part of a health and wellness, yes, program. Because life is busy, life happens, but it's good to remind ourselves to slow down. Time to meditate, time to regroup. Because imagine working hard and doing well, making all these millions, and then you don't live long enough to enjoy it. What's the point? You don't live long enough to enjoy it. What's the point? Imagine raising an amazing family, but you're not healthy enough to enjoy your family. Yes, I enjoy my family because I was intentional. I made a decision. I don't just want to be working, spending all my life at work, but I get to miss. It wasn't always like that. I missed out on some years. So I was wise enough to realize I don't have to spend all my life missing out on the people that matter most to me. Okay? Coach Meg is going to be winding down. Coach Meg is going to be winding down. Listen, guys, is this helpful to you? Has this been helpful to you? Has this been helpful to you? Okay. Has this been helpful to you? If it has, let me know. Let me know. Has this been helpful to you? I'm doing a few like twice a day for this week. I appreciate your warmest words. If there's anything you need, especially with visibility, I haven't even gone into all the technical aspects, how to design your content, be intentional. All the technical stuff is not hard. All the technical stuff is not hard, but I am going for our health, yes? To make sure that we are holistic, we are all-rounded individual, we are all-rounded successful people. People who want to be successful but all-rounded. And success is relative, right? You have to decide what success means to you. If you overcome a toxic relationship, you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, you are very successful, my friend. If you overcome a toxic, abusive relationship and you have navigated and you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, even if you are on minimum wage for now, you are very successful. Because you have overcome some things that some people have struggled to. Okay? If you have managed to walk away from a toxic career and you're starting a business, that is success. Because it's not easy. There are some things we all do that other people think you have to be wild. The rest of you are not engaging. This has not been helpful, guys. Come on. The rest of you are not commenting. Feliz, thank you, Feliz. Feliz is saying, let us know in advance. Okay, that was just a typo. Feliz, where are you watching from? Before we wrap up, let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me give a shout out to all of you. Yes, to all of you that are on here. I appreciate you guys. Everybody I give a shout out to, make sure you follow, you connect with them, because growing your TikTok account is so powerful. Yes, Feliz, follow Feliz is here in the UK. Loveleen is one of my regulars. Appreciate you, Loveleen. You are going places. Yes. Loveleen just, coming, hanging out with Coach Meg is going places. She's doing well. And it's all because, you are proactive, Loveleen. That's what I like about you. You are proactive. You are taking action. You're not playing. Because when we realize a sense of urgency in life, We can live our dreams. We don't have to think, oh, well, this happened. We make it happen. We make it happen. Come on, guys, everybody else. Who else? Who else? Who else is on here? Who else is on the live stream? I see you. I see you. Let me know. Let me know who else is on the live stream. I know there was a time there was about 17 of us, which was good. I was smart about my timing. Okay, warmest words, UK. Anybody else in different continents? Anybody else from Canada, US, Africa? Anybody? Anybody? I'm a holistic coach, global coach, international citizen here. What a blessing to have an international mindset. You are welcome. Okay, Vicky. Which? East, Central, North, South? Which part of Africa? You see, the ideas I bring on here, they can work any part of the world. It's all about being aware of what's available to us, our resources, yes? I understand the history of countries and continents. I am allergic with the colonial mindset. Okay. I will be back on again tonight around 8 p.m. I will be back again around 8 p.m. Okay? We may do some practical, technical stuff. But yes, so if there's something you want me to cover or expand on a little bit more, yes, I'll be on tonight. For this week only, just for this week, I'm going to be on twice a day. I'll be on between 10 to 11. I will start between 10 to 11. I may start earlier, depending on what might be going on in my own private and personal life. And then in the evening around 8 to 10. You best know I don't like coming on live late at night. That's my bit of sacrifice. That's my bit of sacrifice. When we don't make sacrifices to help others or what we're trying to do, we will not see the long-term results. Listen, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Those of you who have been engaging, you are the money makers. You are the action takers. Those who take action always see results. Those who take action always see results. They don't just feed, they execute. They don't just feed, they execute. I appreciate you so much. We're going to be back on later tonight from 8 p.m. to 8:30. And then, yeah, probably 8 to 10, maybe up to 11. We'll see how it goes. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. And whatever you are doing, be present, yes? Remember, guys, be present. Be fully present in your life. Don't let life pass you by. Be fully present because 24 hours is a gift. Bye for now. Appreciate you.